I'm Valentina Quinn, president of Quinn Studios Entertainment and a member of the Anthony Quinn family in Los Angeles. Prince NEREIDES de Bourbon, NEREIDES Group is my business partner, and I'm also a spokesperson and global media for his beautiful group. First of all, let's watch a short video about our work. Enjoy. Can you put the video on? Thank you.
Hollywood is the world of creation of dreams, of extravagance, of storytelling, but nowadays is also the most powerful vehicle to imagine and create change. A film today is the most powerful platform to convey an idea, to inspire, to educate, to raise a new generation in synergy with the dynamics of a new era. Award-winning producer Valentina Castellani Quinn created Quinn Studios Entertainment, continuing the legacy of Anthony Quinn and his son Francesco. Quinn Studios Entertainment in Hollywood produced many Academy Award candidate films, documentaries and TV series. In partnership with Parisian conglomerate, NEREIDES Group, and its division, NEREIDES Entertainment, founded by His Royal Highness Prince NEREIDES Antonio Giamundo the Bourbon, the team is developing their new feature film, Polo, and 2 documentaries with the Native Americans and the communities of people living with the albinism in Africa. We are at the beginning of a revolution and a global change. Innovation and transformation, excellence, empowering people and entrepreneurial spirit are our values. At the NEREIDES Group and Quinn Studios Entertainment, we are creator of new opportunities, hope, grow the cooperation between countries, grow awareness, grow the balance between local and global. We create new solutions to embrace science and global sustainability. We empower people and we strive for equality and equity. We fight for human rights. The right to life, the right to health, the right to freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from fear and freedom to love. We overcome the cultural and linguistic barriers with the power of social impact actions, combining philanthropy, technology, education programs and entertainment. Global sustainability is our mission, and the entertainment is our medium. We bring the best Hollywood experience to the world, making a bridge between countries. We treasure our heritage. We move toward the future and we instill hope, again, and again, and again.
Anthony Quinn was a gardener before he became a celebrity. He crossed the Cahuenga Pass by walking as a kid with his family from Mexico to America. And throughout his career, he kept very connected to his humble origins and interpreted a lot of ethnical roles, symbolically embracing all humanity. When it came my time to continue his legacy and the legacy of my husband, his son Francesco, I chose to walk the same path and produce films that will tell stories, real stories with great social impact. Film nowadays, in fact, is probably the most impactful platform to convey an idea. Let's think about An Inconvenient Truth, a film produced by Vice President Al Gore that was made with $1 million and produced at the box office $50 million. Platforms like Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, just recently in the last 3 years, triplicated the size of the section dedicated to documentary. People want to know, they want to research, they want to expand their reality. A film, in fact, is becoming an interconnection between different worlds, finances, economic civil rights because, in fact, through emotions and visuals, he's conveying a message way deeper and way faster at a global level. When we started to shoot my documentary that we produced 5 years ago, One Road Through Religions, about peace in the Middle East, we were just about 5 filmmakers with a great idea to promote peaceful dialogue between Palestine and Israel. Of course, we had a very small budget and no celebrities in the film. In those days, it came in the news that the Pope was in Jerusalem and invited President Shimon Peres and President Mahmoud Abbas to pray together at the Vatican. And I said, that's it, that's the film. But of course, high security was incredible for this historical meeting, and actually no airplane was allowed to fly over Italy in the week that these two presidents were in the country, and I had really no connection to the Vatican. So of course I went back to my human level resources, and I Googled the Pope. Yes, I Googled the Vatican, and I saw that there were 30 minutes where you could speak with the Vatican on the phone. And so I picked up the phone and I started to talk with a nun, and it became very obvious that they could care less about my credits, the name, my bio, the film. And eventually she passed me to the director of the Vatican at the press office, Father Lombardi, with which I started my 10 nights confession, as I call it, because the time that was addressed to call it was at 3 a.m. in the morning, Los Angeles time. And the father would question and interrogate me on all kinds of topics about my personal life, but never even addressing the film. And we arrived at the third day before this event, and I said, Father Lombardi, we gotta know what's happening. We just have to understand what to do. And it's like, okay, you know what? You are allowed to film, and you're gonna be there. You're gonna be the only one filming this documentary. So why do I tell you this story? Because a film, as you see, can actually come from a small human connection and impact an entire world. Just like this. Because social impact, in fact, starts from a human single connection. The film won 18 international awards, including the US Congress Award recognition and the Human Rights Award. And because of that, in fact, because of the screening at the US Congress, 2 bills were created by the US Congress in the protection of the minorities in the Middle East. That's how powerful a film can be. So you see, our business model that we adopted with NEREIDES is film, social impact, change. When up to now, in fact, it was change, social impact, and a film that would narrate the story backwards. So another example I want to give you of the interaction of this reality is that I just became spokesperson, and I'm very, very happy to do it with the team of Joblio, a wonderful organization that you probably have met through this Congress, that is a social impact of an organization that is committed to the rights, the human rights in immigration. Right now we are in production, actually already filming a documentary about the Native Americans and alternative energies to oil called The White Snake. And we just had to interrupt the filming because of COVID. The reservation, Native American reservations were actually closed. And then we are in the production of a big Hollywood feature film, but with a great social impact content. And the name of it is Polo, and is also in partnership with the Monte-Carlo Polo Federation. It's a film about sport, but it's a film even much more impactful than just sport. It's a real story of a group of kids in the suburbia of a big city in America that find inspiration and redemption through this sport. And Francesco Mitrano from the Monte-Carlo Polo Federation, in fact, will follow these kids throughout the film and guide them. The message of the film, as you know, polo is considered the sports of kings, but we like to think that it's actually our courage and our attitude towards life that makes us king, and that's a bit of the core of the film. And thank you. Before I leave you to Nereide and his beautiful story, I want to share a bit of my story, because many times when we hear a person speaking in public, we wonder how did she or he got to that level, what did inspire, what is her journey, and in fact the journey is actually the most important part of what we do. And so I want to share my one. As 10 years ago, my husband, Francesco Quinn, the son of Anthony Quinn, died suddenly of a heart attack while playing with our kids. My life as I knew it was gone, destroyed in 3 minutes. I felt like falling. In the months after he died, his reading glasses were still sitting on the bedside table, and every night before to go to sleep, I would take those glasses and hold them tight, like a handle that will prevent me from falling. Night after night, I would take those glasses and hold them tight. Until one night, I took these glasses and I opened my hand and I put them down. I decided to fall and not be afraid anymore. It is from that simple, symbolic gesture that all abundance came into my life. In a month, I created Quinn Studios Entertainment, and within a year, we had our first film, The Butterfly's Dream, is on Netflix, that was candidated for an Academy Award and a Golden Globe. We made a film about peace in the Middle East and others. We spoke at United Nations, US Congress, all of that because of that simple, symbolic gesture of putting the glasses down. Now, not everybody can relate to an award, an Oscar, but we can all relate to such a simple, humble gesture that can bend our future, our destiny, and make us choose something different. You see, I define a leader as someone who owns the full trajectory of his life, someone that can embrace falling and transforming into flying. I'm committed to do that. Thank you.
No. Yes, you can. Well, first of all, good morning to everyone. I'm very delighted to be with you today, and thank you to Mr. Studenico for the invitation, and to Valentina on behalf of the NEREIDES Group, and my associate, Mr. Mirati, and also thanks to our partner, Francesco Mitrano, who is not with us today, but who is supporting our projects in about the entertainment. So, well, I think that nowadays it's absolutely necessary to talk about sustainability and social impact projects. Since I founded NEREIDES Group, which is a Parisian conglomerate made of 18 divisions, from financial to healthcare and luxury goods and entertainment, I've been always thinking that business and in general life is about having an impact, not only an income. And as Valentina was telling, also leadership is not only about leading, but also being led by significant values. And at the NEREIDES Group then, in Studios Entertainment, sustainability, diversity and ethics constitute the cornerstone of our activities. And we can say that we strive for innovation and transformation. And our business model is completely people-centered. For instance, if we talk about environmental sustainability, one of the best experience we can share with you today maybe is our last investment for the last couple of years in biotechnology research. Our scientists, our team of scientists at the NEREIDES Group found a way to cultivate endangered plants in our laboratories, for example the moss, thus preserving the environment. And we also, recently, found another way, another application of biotechnology to the skincare universe as well. This year we created NEREIDES Diamond Elixir, which is an innovative and revolutionary formula, anti-aging formula, which combines together the power of real diamonds with the natural ingredients totally made in our Swiss laboratory, with a novel Swiss technology that allows the skin cells on your face to be recharged every time you put a cream on your face and you use a digital device, like a laptop or a computer. Yes, recent studies aimed at investigating the effect of exposure to blue lights on human skin show that even short exposure, like a selfie, may cause skin damage. So every time we text or we call on our mobile phone, we're exposing our skin at a danger. So the new formula we created this year and the new active contained in our products not only create a barrier of protection from the blue rays emitted from the digital devices, but indeed it stimulates the cellular regeneration of the human skin cells, indeed thanks to the exposure of the blue rays. So sustainability doesn't exclude innovation. Indeed, it develops at the same time 10 science. And with Valentina, we are also exploring since many years another level of sustainability, which is very important, the social sustainability. So a good experience we can share with you is referred to our commitment to create new alliances between countries, as you saw in the video, between the public and the private sector, which is more my specialty, and between governments and private groups. For sure, we've been starting from our native and living countries, in particular Italy, France, and the United States. Recently, this month, we also created a new alliance with another French-Italian group that maybe you know, which is the Club France-Italie by Mr. H.R.H, who is once again creating as kind of hub and connection and business exchange between Italy and France. But we didn't stop to that. For the last 15 years, we have been dealing with international governments, thus creating a bridge between Europe and especially China, Asian continent, and African countries. Allow me to tell that despite any political position and vision to any change or global direction, as leaders, as businessmen and women, we are committed to strive for equity and collaboration, for peace. Sometimes we oblige that economy is the economy, in fact, which influences the face of the global geopolitical map. So where governments look at a challenge, as leaders, we should look at new opportunities. And this is almost the logic behind our entertainment project and also other two strategies that we are working on. One, which is referred to the Silk Road project, to the reconstruction of rail infrastructure from Europe to China, thus not only accelerating the economic exchange between East and West, but also avoiding the big pollution due to the indiscriminate use of oil, mostly typical of maritime transport. And another best practice we can share is referred to another amazing project I'm very proud to share with you, which is referred to Africa. I'm in connection with 22 presidents, and together with Valentina, we are putting in place a project named Water Road. In fact, we are bringing water in village, creating just water well, very simple thing, but in village where the access to water is still a privilege. And not only that, with my foundation, NEREIDES Foundation, for which Valentina is one of my favorite spokespersons and my biggest supporter, we are also creating synergies with local African foundation. I also co-founded another, which is named FASA. And Valentina is a witness of what we are doing since 7 years. We are protecting underprivileged communities. In particular, we are caring about people living with albinism in Africa. Maybe no one knows, but only in Senegal, for instance, there's a community of 10,000 people living with albinism who are victims of discrimination, abuse, poverty, and they are in danger. So, first of all, we are providing food, we are providing some protective screen, thus avoiding the skin cancer, but also medical assistance and educational program. Now we are just building 2 new centers, welcoming center for children, and we are also providing advanced software, educational software, with the aim to create and to raise new generation of local entrepreneurs. Yes, because I think that sustainability is about working on local resources while preserving them and turning into new job opportunities. Sustainability is about a long-term vision, not about a fast satisfaction. So, last period with Valentina, our quest has been how can the entertainment industry, which is the biggest communication medium, be sustainable and also contributing to our social impact projects. I think that everyone in the room, we all agree that, at least this is what I'm noticing, we are really living in a transitional age, and we are obliged to review our business model, our language. We are passing from a modern to a contemporary business model. If before the COVID, before a couple of years ago, we were all focused on the excellence of our product offer and services, nowadays we are obliged to be more people-centered. And today our relations and international relations are the biggest assets of our companies. People are the biggest assets. So once again, despite any global direction aimed to localize markets and create new barriers between countries, we should adopt a very holistic business vision and to bridge the barriers made of corruption, prejudice, ignorance. We are world citizens, so we own the same rights to equity and equality and prosperity. For many years, one of my favorite mottos has been DARE, D-E-R-E, disrupt, act, risk to be an entrepreneur. And this acronym perfectly resonates with the values of Quinn Studios Entertainment and the NEREIDES Group. Our entrepreneurial spirit in the context of change, with new technologies, new customer needs, new generations, turn challenge into new opportunity. And while we are considering which language to adopt, we were experiencing that a film today, doesn't matter if it's a feature film or a documentary, it's the best and the most impactful language, the best business and also marketing medium of communication and growth. Recently, a media impact research has powerfully demonstrated the positive impact of entertainment on our lives, notably on our heart decision, on our voting decision, and on our shifting cultural norms. This is very important and to reflect about. And as today the digital age continues to evolve, the way in which audience experience entertainment is completely changed. Audience today no longer watch entertainment. Audience, they also consume it. They participate in it and they create it. They parody it. They imitate. They talk about it every day. If you look at the social medias, for example. And increasingly, audience take decisions based on what they see and what they learn. So in this unfolding digital era, industry is evolving at an unprecedented pace, but so is how audience consume it and what they expect to be represented in the stories we tell. Today's consumers are clamoring for deeply resonant, authentic portrayals and engaging stories that mirror the challenge and the complexities of the world in which we live. They are more aware than ever of the need for diversity, inclusion, and a multiplicity of voices. That's why today, at the CC Forum in Monte-Carlo and later at the festival, Cannes Film Festival next days, NEREIDES GROUP and Quinn Studios Entertainment are pioneering a new entertainment business category, social impact and sustainable entertainment, with the aim to contributing to a better social environment. Valentina and I, and we are very good friends since years and working together, we do believe that big change always starts with communication, is it right? So this is our project and we would like to share with you, and we do believe in it. Allow me just to finish with a quote before giving back the word to you, with a quote that I really like from one of my favorite philosophers, Voltaire. Voltaire once said, "Stand upright, speak thy thoughts, declare the truth to us, that's all I share. Be bold, proclaim it everywhere. They only live who dare." Thank you.